So after we have completed our knowledge, I guess, in the text commands, the dimension commands, and the leader commands, we are going to take our current drawing and label it all up so that we have site plan, first floor plan, second floor plan, elevations, which is east elevation, north elevation, west elevation, and south elevation, as well as the two corresponding sections. And that section, as long as you have this line on here, we can make a section cut line that will that we can reference to these drawings here. So first thing we're going to do is to create a drawing ID bubble. Okay, so we'll get ourselves into the PS text layer. We can draw a circle just anywhere for now, I guess, as long as we're in paper space, and we'll set that at the radius of 1/4 inch. That way when the circle comes out, it'll be a 1/2 inch circle. Okay, now we'll draw a line to that from the center point, put my O-snap on, ortho on, and draw a line. I could either trim it or move it so that it is out of the way now, and then I will proceed to use the text commands. Now I can go over and open up the annotate tab and you select what type of text and all that here, or we can always go back to this little portion right here, because as long as you're not doing anything really fancy, as a quick selection part, we can use each one of these part of the ribbon. So text, if we expand that out, we have the choice of multi-line text or single line text. We'll use a single line text for this, and right now our style is set to the arrow 1/4 inch, which I guess we can use right now. Okay, so the angle is 0, and the text will be, let's say this is a first floor plan, so I'll type out first floor plan. Enter. Okay. I can, if I don't want to change this text style, I can always copy this text, move it, and change this text around so that if I say CH for change properties, when I select this property right here, I can scroll and try to find the height of the text, and I will change that to 1/8 of an inch and enter. Okay, this one looks a little bit goofy right there, so I probably move that a little later, but let me copy this thing again from the intersection. I'm sorry, not the intersection, from the insertion point. So copy, C-O-I-N-S of that, and move it to the center of the circle. If I do that, I can take this text and change what it is and change the justification of it. So if I go up here, I can look through the area and look for the content. So the content, it says first floor plan. I'm going to change this bubble to 1. I guess I could have changed it to 2 because it's the second drawing on the sheet, but for now I'll just change it to 1, and that's 1 right there. And then I will change the justification from left, because this justification right now is on the left. I will change it to from left. I'll open this up and find the middle center. If I find the middle center, it is going to change that justification of that font or that text into the middle center of your text, right? So that is what I want right there, to center that text right onto that circle. So now I'm going to clean this up a little, maybe move this font up 1/16 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch up, and that looks pretty good. I might want to consider aligning this thing here. So let's say line from the insertion point up, line from the insertion point of this guy, which is not letting me pick it. Line INS. Ah, it's right there. Line from the insertion point of that. Let me unlock that. So line INS. Ah, it's not liking me for some reason. Close this. Line, insertion point. Huh, I don't know why it's not picking the insertion point for me. Okay, so I'll eyeball it. So from the edge to the edge, I'll move this guy up, and if I could go ahead and set this to the justification of top left, but I guess I could keep it somewhere around here for now. And then I could use this line, so dd edit. dd edit is another way of just clicking on the font right there. Just say dd edit, and that'll bring up what do I want to change. So there I go, and then I could change this to scale, which will equal 1/4 of an inch equals 1 foot 0 inch. Okay, and if I do that, there I am left with a title ID. I could also take the circle, copy this guy. It is in PS text, so I might have to change it later, but take something like another circle, draw a simple line to that from the center point, from the center, and bring it up so that could be my north arrow. Right now this looks like all the same line weights. Maybe I'll change this by the object, CH, and then this. Oh, what I should do is to change this into a polyline first. P edit. So I will poly edit P edit, enter, select that line, and it'll ask me, do I want to turn it into one? I'll say yes, and then one of my choices is width, so I'll type in W or hit that button, and my new width for that line, maybe I'll set it to 1/16 of an inch. Okay, so that'll bring me this fatter line here. Okay, I don't know, that looks a little too thick for me, so maybe I'll change that a little bit again. So P edit, width, and the new line segment might be I did 16th last time, so I'll do 30 seconds this time. And that looks a little bit better proportion, so that could be my north arrow. Okay, so I could either add another series of text saying north, so I could dd edit that guy to say north. I might, if I do that, I'm probably going to have to change the justification of that. So for that one, maybe the justification for that would be just it's not left, it'll just be the center. Okay, and if I do that, I can move this from the insertion point to the perpendicular of that line, I guess, and then use that as my north symbol. Okay, or if I don't want to type in the north completely, I can also say copy and dd edit this guy. So I'll take all that off, and then oops, and then with that it will indicate a north arrow. Okay, so maybe I'll take this one, erase it, and it's out of the way now. So that will be something like what my what is it, drawing ID is going to be. So this, I might copy it over and put it over here for the site plan. I'll definitely want to copy this over for CO. Copy it over for this guy, and then move it here, and then I might have to move that or copy along there as well. For the elevations, I probably don't need a north arrow, so I don't have to do that. Probably move that or shrink that somewhere close to there. Then I can say dd edit, and the elevations, if I recall, were 1/8 inch, right? 1/8 inch scale, so I'll change the ID to 1/8 inch scale. Whoops. And then it's not a floor plan anymore. This one will be a what was it? East, north, west elevation. So west elevation. Okay, and I could indicate these guys as well. So that means that I don't have enough space between there, so I'm probably going to have to move some of these around a bit. So I will have room for the, let's see, that's the east elevation, right? Okay, and after I ID all these, I might want to change all these number around so that it makes a little more sense, so that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something like that. And I'll do that for this this section drawing as well. Now, as for the section drawing, you might want to we don't know where the section is taken from. We do have, as an example, we'll show it on the second floor plan, these lines right here that we made for the guidelines, right? And with the guidelines, I could use those lines to create or draw a line on top of that. Okay, so if I do that, that line is going to show up in my drawing. Okay, so if I take this and maybe copy my bubble onto the endpoint of that, that will indicate what section this is going. Okay, so from here I could draw several, or I could draw an arrow. Let me do this. Okay, so what's a good way to draw a line here? Let me try rotating this, see how that'll work. 45. Okay, draw a line across there, and yeah, maybe that'll work. I don't really care how I draw it, but at least I have a triangle. Trim. And if I rotate this guy now, 45, oh, negative 45, negative 45 is good. And then mirror this guy. I will have my arrow indicator showing me that this is the side that I am looking. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side, huh? So mirror that guy from there to there. And do I want to keep it? No. I do want to keep it. I didn't want to keep it. Okay, so that little point is telling me that I am looking down on this section cut. So this is section cut. Instead of 1, we might say A. So we'll select that, and we'll type an A in there. And maybe I could draw a line there, but maybe I'll just copy this one instead. Okay, so that little heavy line is there, that little line is there. If I wanted to, I guess I could go ahead and hatch these area here so that I would be able to read my arrow. Okay, so if I have that, there I have the section A, so I will indicate that now this guy right here that I'm looking at, this section is going to be section A. Section A. If I put a double A, that would mean that it is, I would have to have another indication of the A over on this side. Okay, so AA would indicate section cut AA. And this one will be BB, which means that I could take this, copy it, and just rotate it so that now the arrow is pointing this way, right? So I'll say copy. Yeah. Move it out for now. Rotate this. And I'm going to be looking that way, so I'll rotate it this way. Rotate my text. Rotate my text from the insertion point. So this one right here will be section BB. So modify that to say B. Yeah. Modify this to say B. And then move this near, let's say this line. Oops, it's a little off, so I'll move that. Move P for previous, and then move that off into that area right there. So now I have a section cut BB. And so I will identify this section as, I should probably keep it in the same location, so CP or CO, select same point in that drawing and then relabel this section BB. So what you're going to have is these drawings dimensioned, just like how we did the dimensions for the floor plan. We're going to do this all around for the first floor and for the second floor, and then just the height for the elevation. And for the section, you will need to indicate a dimension height from the floor to the mezzanine, and then from the floor to the roof. So that means that these drawings might have to spread or move apart a little bit as well. Okay, so when we're all said and done, we should have a nice labeled, finished looking plan. This guy right here, we're gonna, if you could refer back to the dimension of this thing, you're gonna align a text along the property line and say PL 75 feet 0 inches, PL 51 foot 0 inches, and such, to label the dimension of the property line. And I think I guess we could put a dimension line just like what's on the wall of how far away the building is on the property and the like. Okay, so our assignment is to complete our cube house building with labels and text and dimensions and all the poching and such. And we will print this and turn this in. So let's get this done. Okay.